Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast, episode 274. I'm Joe.
And I'm Annie.
I just ready to call you Annabelle.
Yep, I knew it.
Annabelle, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Joe?
I'm doing fantastic. Welcome to the Shuffle Podcast.
On myself now.
Yes, on your own, the new co-host. How do you feel?
Nervous.
Yeah?
Scared.
No idea what to talk about?
No.
Got nothing.
Not a clue.
Well, you're going to realize, like, coming into into the next episode, one, you're doing the intro, right? We already talked about that.
Yes.
Very
yes.
exciting. That's
Gonna
your
practice
rite
it
of
all week,
passage.
yeah.
But then you're also going to realize very quickly you have to start like writing everything down that happens to you in life.
Everything I think about.
Because
I know, because I
otherwise
had
it's
something.
gone.
No, earlier this week I was like, that would be a good idea, and then
Yeah.
it's gone.
Yeah. I wrote something down that happened to me at work like 2 weeks ago. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm going to save this. This is going to be a good one.
Good.
Yeah. With that being said, I do have a question for you.
Hit me.
How do you eat a banana?
I peel it.
Good.
Top
Okay.
to bottom.
Stem to
Is that what you're
stem to butt?
Yes.
Okay. You're not like one of the weirdos who's like, actually, monkeys eat it upside down. So that's the
It
way
is
should
easier
be.
to peel that way.
Sure, you don't get the stringies.
I never eat it that way, though.
No. I don't eat it that way either. The reason I ask is because at work,
Mhm.
I saw somebody just raw banana, no peel. Like the peel had been peeled fully,
And just holding the banana.
and just holding banana and just ripping off chunks and popping them in. So I then texted.
Who is it so I can never speak to them
No.
ever
It was like not. Yeah, it was not one of us.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so I texted a group chat and I was like, how do you guys eat this? How do you guys eat a banana? And we all like said it different ways. And
Right.
somebody said horizontal like corn. And I
course.
said,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
should see a therapist.
Yeah, right.
And so I came to calling the version of it that I saw rippin' and grippin'. Or grippin' and rippin', depending on, which version of it you're doing.
Order. Don't peel it at all.
Rippin' and rippin',
You could just not peel it at all and just eat it with the peel.
Oh, have you ever eaten banana peel? It's like the most
No.
bitter thing
Never tried.
in the world.
I never tried.
It's not good. I mean, I haven't
well-
I don't eat it on a regular basis, but I have like tasted banana peel before.
Okay.
But it's not good.
But right.
I also like
which is
not a
probably
big-
why most of the population throws it out.
Yeah, I'm not a big banana guy.
I'm not either.
I eat one every now and again,
Mm-mm.
but if I have a second one
I like them
within
in
a
smoothies.
week, I'll throw up.
Yeah, I like them in things like smoothies and banana bread. I was just talking about
Banana
this earlier. I
bread
love
at
banana
work,
pudding.
dude.
I love banana pudding.
Banana pudding is good.
Hmm.
I'm not a pudding guy either, but I love banana pudding.
Yeah.
Because it's got like little chunks of,
The vanilla wafers.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's got stuff in it that's really good.
And when they sit in there just long enough, they're a little bit soft.
little soft. That, what other thing? Oreos. Oreos, like if they start to like get a little stale, they go soft. That's a good Oreo.
Another question: how do you eat your Oreos?
Pop them in.
Really? Do you
I'm
eat?
not a ripper.
You don't eat it with milk.
I mean, if there's an option for milk,
Okay.
I might dabble.
So here's the correct way. You put a fork into
No,
the frosting.
that's just dirtying a utensil
No, you put the fork
unnecessarily.
into the frosting and you dip it into the milk and you hold it there for like a solid 30 seconds.
You're coming out with a soggy cookie.
Yes, like I want it falling apart
Okay.
and then you eat it.
That's just like baby food then. That's too,
That's the best.
I
That's
guess.
the good stuff.
I like I like a little bit of milk with an
Mhm.
Oreo.
Yeah.
It just feels right. But I'm not like a soaker. I'm a dipper. Just
Okay.
a quick dip, little toe touch in the
I mean,
pool,
yeah.
and then right into my mouth.
Worst case scenario, I'll just dip it, but
Yeah.
I want it submerged.
They make a thing that like holds an Oreo, like it's like a little like plastic arm, and it's got a C-shaped hook on the end of it,
Like
and
to go on
the
your cup?
cookie fits right in, and you.
Oh, so I don't have to use well, at that point, you might as well just use a fork.
Well, this is for this. Forks are not.
Works.
Sure, it works. You could also just use your fingers and get a little milk on your fingers.
That's also true, but
But then you got milk on your fingers, and
once
that's
that,
not a fun time. What kind of milk you drink or eat with Oreos? Do you drink milk like as a?
I don't.
You don't.
I mean,
drink milk?
I have it with
I
Oreos.
typically don't either.
I don't like the taste of milk.
Neither do I.
But if I do, I'm in coffee, oat milk every time.
Oh, I put creamer in my coffee.
Yeah, half and half too.
Yeah.
But like if I'm using just milk, oat milk.
Yeah.
But
I
for
prefer almond, but yeah.
Oreos, 2%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta get that thick milk.
No skim.
You know what? One
No
time,
skim.
totally random story. There was God no skim. Burn that.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. That's just
Created that.
water with white food
I know,
coloring
they
in
just
it.
like
It's awful. No, when I was a kid, I was having a bowl of cereal one day, and there wasn't any milk in the house. But there was, because my dad drinks coffee like it's going out of style.
Yeah.
There was half and half, and so I had a bowl of Frosted Flakes with half and half.
same thing.
It was not the same thing, because as you probably know, and as most people know, half and half significantly sweeter than milk.
I mean,
It is much sweeter. And so when you add it to the one of the
Sugary cereal?
sugariest cereals there is,
what cereal?
Frosted Flakes.
Oh yeah.
It was so sweet. I don't think I finished the bowl.
You need,
And I
like-
love sweet things.
You need like cornflakes to offset it.
Oh,
Cornflake.
cornflake. It's like eating cardboard.
Rude.
There's no flavor. just corn.
Mm-hmm. Well, what other kind of milk is there? 2%, 1%,
2% whole percent.
whole percent.
Whole
Oh yeah,
percent.
that's
You said percent. 2% whole. There's 1%. There's skim.
skim is the green one.
No, 2% is the green.
2% is blue.
Where are you shopping?
Anywhere.
No.
Yes, 2%
2% is green.
There's not a chance.
Whole milk is red.
Whole milk is red. That is correct.
Yeah, that's across the board.
Easy.
Whole milk's red. Skim.
skim is green.
No.
Yes.
No. I can't even tell you the last time I looked at a container of skim milk, so I don't know.
Right. Okay.
But I do know that 2% is green.
Look,
2% is green. We just bought 2% the other day. It was green.
definitely blue. Definitely blue.
It was not. You know, I'm going to send you a picture when I get home.
All right. All right.
There
all
is
right. You do that.
there is a small container of 2% milk.
I don't have milk in there.
sitting
to show
in my
you,
office at
but-
home
or I
that
would.
Riley did not that Riley did not throw out.
In your office?
It's in the office on the floor. What? Bottles are different than what? Well, the bottle was green.
A bottle
We
of
bought a
milk?
half gallon and we bought a bottle of milk. Like a little sippy cup of
Like a
milk. because
Like a little true milk?
because Riley loves milk. Riley drinks milk.
Interesting. She loves
Like it's-
cows.
Yeah.
Support the cows.
She'll drink it straight from the udder if she had the opportunity. Right from the source. Straight from the teat, as one might say.
It's crazy.
But yeah, she loves milk. And so we
Ooh.
bought a half gallon
Mhm.
of 2%
Okay.
and a small bottle of 2%, and they were both green
Why were they the same thing?
because Riley wants 2% milk. And here's the thing, right? The thing is, I'm going to call Riley out even though she is sitting in the room with us. Spoilers for all of you watching. We consistently buy milk for the cereal that we eat,
Mm-hmm.
and then the milk goes away, and I haven't had any because I don't eat breakfast.
Right.
So it's dumb of me to even buy cereal, but like
Yeah.
on my days off,
You
I'll
want breakfast.
eat breakfast like later in the day.
and
like,
cereal
at
is your
noon.
breakfast of choice.
Cereal is my breakfast of choice.
Interesting.
And so I wake up on a Wednesday or a Thursday and I go, time for cereal. I go to the fridge. There's no freaking milk because Riley's sitting here having glasses of milk with dinner.
That's my brother's the same way.
My
Like,
mom's
he-
the same way.
At dinner time, like with steak and potatoes, he'll fill up an entire
Yeah.
like
my mom
24-ounce
eats
thing.
tacos, has a glass of milk with it. I'm like, Ma, you gotta stop.
That is insane.
That is awful.
No, that's-
Tacos and milk,
or anything in milk, really.
Yeah,
Other
it's-
than Oreos.
other than cereal. No, I can't. I'm not a big dairy.
I'm not either.
I don't like dairy.
No, I'm surprised I don't break more bones.
Yeah, my
I should be
my
snapping
bones
in
must
half.
be fragile
Yeah.
and as hell is what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Most of my dairy consumption comes from cheese.
Oh, I hate cheese. Cheese is the worst dairy.
What?
Yeah,
That-
I drink a whole gallon of milk over eating any cheese. Not any cheese, but like pizza
All
cheese.
right, so
is
this
fine.
podcast is over.
You didn't know this yet?
No,
Oh, yeah.
that's crazy.
This is something we've talked about on the podcast a billion
Oh
times.
well, sorry to bring it up again.
No, it's all right. It's, new viewers.
Ooh,
I'm sure a lot of people want to hate me.
well,
I don't like cheese.
so
I also don't like mashed potatoes.
It has to be really good mashed potatoes.
Nope. Any mashed potatoes, don't like them. I also don't like most pasta.
What do you eat?
Chicken.
Riley, get this man out of here.
I mean, what do you eat?
Pasta.
Remember,
A
didn't you
lot of
recently
pasta.
say that you were a picky eater?
No.
Somebody said recently that they were a picky eater.
I
I swear that it was you.
I'm not a very picky eater. I will
Eater.
Eater. I will eat most things.
Okay.
There's a very
Who was I talking to recently?
Megan?
Must be my other co-host.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I will eat most things.
I will not. Cheese, pasta, mashed potatoes are the big three. Those are the
So-
big three that like people stop being friends with me over.
Well, I mean that's the cheese one. That's valid.
I get it. I just don't.
Same.
It's not good. My brother also doesn't like
Like a
cheese.
charcuterie board, you don't.
Ugh.
I
Get
could go
charcuterie out of here.
hard on a charcuterie board.
Yeah. No.
Gucci.
Yep. You have a favorite kind of cheese?
Colby Jack.
Oh my God! You answered that way too fast.
That's the best kind.
Is it? Is that
Yes.
spicy? Because it's
No. It's like cheddar and white and orange together.
that one. Oh,
Yeah.
I know that one.
Very good.
Why is that one best?
It's just the best. Pepper Jack is up there too.
That's the spicy one.
That's the spicy one. That's got the little like pimento peppers in them.
Pepper bits. My favorite cheese is melted on a pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Not specifically mozzarella,
I love mozzarella.
because if I have a mozzarella stick, I will not eat it. Don't like mozzarella sticks.
Okay, just on pizza.
Just on pizza.
Okay.
So really,
Like a margarita pizza.
if you melt, gross.
That is in fact
that's like
mozzarella
a glob of cheese. I can't do a glob.
Okay, so you just like shredded mozzarella on your
Yeah,
pizza.
just a plain old pizza.
Okay.
But I mean, honestly, you could probably melt any cheese onto a pizza, and I wouldn't really know because it's a pizza.
Yeah. The only kind of cheese I won't eat, blue cheese.
See, now I'm from Buffalo, so with wings, we
Mm.
have blue cheese.
Mm-mm. Moldy cheese.
It is moldy
That's
cheese.
nasty.
I know. And trust me, like unless it's like a blue cheese dip for wings, I'm not eating blue cheese.
Okay.
Like if there's like a blue cheese crumble on something, I will remove that
Okay.
because the blue cheese crumble is awful.
Good.
That's just the moldy bits.
Yes.
Okay,
You can stay, I guess.
Yeah. My other favorite kind of cheese. This one's actually probably above pizza cheese because it's so good. Moe's queso.
Mm-hmm.
That's like soup.
Not even cheese anymore. It's like something else.
It's just heaven
Yeah.
in a bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I get the biggest. I think it's a bowl. The biggest one they have.
Just whole.
Yeah, whole bowl of queso, and I dip my burrito in it. Everything.
In my opinion, there's no Moe's near us, and it
the
makes
closest
me very
Moe's,
sad.
actually, the closest Moe's to me now is 5 seconds down the road. They
you know the
just built
closest
one.
Moe's to us?
Universal.
Universal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And I think they have the best chips and salsa, chips and queso, in my opinion.
Moe's?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm.
No other chip compares to a Moe's chip with queso.
People love Chipotle.
I get Chipotle chips.
They're so thin. They're too
Chipotle
thin.
chips are?
They're too thin.
Moe's chips are thinner.
No.
Yes.
No.
I might be thinking of Chewy's chips. Chewy's chips are really thin.
Yes, they are. Very thin.
Yes, Moe's chips, or Chipotle chips, I get only because I use them to eat the food out of my bowl. I like scoop and eat. But Moe's chips,
On top.
just the best.
Yes.
The best.
I agree.
And Chipotle queso is garbage.
Yeah.
Never eat that.
I don't eat Chipotle anyway.
I like Chipotle, but I don't
Eh,
like their queso.
Not for me, dog.
Fair enough. Moe's is better.
Those is better.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Well, now that you're a host of the podcast, and we've gotten a random question out of the way,
Mhm.
and we didn't really get to learn a whole lot about you on your guest episode a couple
No.
weeks ago, because I feel like we went off on tangents about fighting gorillas or
So many things.
whatever. So let's learn a little bit about you. Starting with some of the things that your dear friends have sent me.
Knew this was gonna come back.
to learn about you.
Oh Lord.
So a couple of things that we didn't get to last time, and I have been told I have to ask you about, is
Got the text pulled up.
yeah. This says she's very against flared leggings, which you actually brought up at your birthday party, whenever that was, a couple weeks ago.
I did.
You brought that up. You did mention it.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, and I asked why, and then I said, actually save it. I want to talk about it on the podcast. So
I really don't.
what is first of all, what are flared leggings, and second of all, why are you against them?
Okay, do you know what leggings are?
I'm a man. I know what leggings are.
So flare leggings are just leggings that go out at the end,
Right.
like a bell bottom.
Bell bottom leggings
I love bell bottoms. Jeans.
as jeans. Yeah.
Yes. I don't
How they were
like,
traditionally created.
I don't like them as leggings.
Why?
I think
They defeat the purpose
sorry.
of a legging.
Well, I'm sorry if anyone here. I think it's a cheap excuse of dressing up. Like people, I think
they use it.
like people
you mean
use
it's like
them-
a dressy. Excuse me. A dressy
yeah, like as
version.
a comfort thing, I think it's okay. You know, wear whatever you
As a
want.
comfort,
If
wear whatever. Yeah,
yeah,
you're not
if
going
you're
out.
comfortable, you're comfortable. But I think people use them to dress up in the wrong situations, and I think it just looks a little bit tacky. Easy.
Don't hold back.
Peace and love to all my flare legging wearers. I'm sorry.
No, don't
I'm
hold
so
back.
sorry. Yeah, I think
Ignore anybody that may
I
be
know,
in the room.
I know. I'm sorry.
It Just
I guess just
you are
keep
talking
saying-
to the internet right now.
No.
Call people out for their bullshit.
No, I just don't use them to dress up. Like, don't put them with like a going out top.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I don't know that I've ever seen a person.
I'm from
in
like
flare-
the college
dressed
I
up
went
as flared
to.
legging-
It
with flared
was
leggings.
it was UGG slippers, flare leggings, and a top.
UGG slippers.
Yes.
That's going out.
Mhm. Yeah, she agrees.
What?
And I don't-
How old are you?
23.
Yours isn't that big of a
And I
difference.
don't like it.
And the style changed that much.
I don't
UGG
know.
slippers.
It was UGG slippers, flare leggings, like a sweatshirt or a top, and then
Like going out to like a bar.
no, not like that kind of going out.
Oh my God! Thank God
No.
you said that because
I
I,
mean,
was
not-
like,
it's
what?
not-
What were?
Not far off, but and then like a Lulu crossbody,
A what?
like a black crossbody bag, which I like
Oh.
those. I like those.
Yeah.
But that was the outfit, and I think it was just because I saw copy and paste of that outfit
Over and
on
over.
every single person because
Yeah.
that was what everyone wore.
Well, that was like when I was in high school. Everybody with UGG boots, which I think people still wear, just not as often. But
Yeah.
that was like every girl I knew in high school, UGG boots. You
Mhm.
could go to a party, every single pair of boots there was UGG boots. And I'm like, how do you even know whose is whose? You all have the same size feet. You all are a size 6. I don't fucking know. You're a size 6, aren't you? Yeah. Like everybody had them, and then it was black
I
leggings.
did have
black
UGG
leggings,
boots.
UGG boots, and
Yeah.
a puffy jacket.
Mm-hmm. I did have UGG boots, but I did not wear them out. I wore them like in the snow, which I don't think you were supposed
You shouldn't.
to.
Yeah, no,
do.
they were made for fashion, but they were so ugly. Hence the name.
Uggs.
Yeah. And then for guys, it
Did
was.
you hear about the whole like lawsuit they're having?
Uggs?
Yeah, so this is interesting. So there's UGG, like you know that here in America, and then there's like the original UGG over in Australia.
I did not know this.
And they're the same shoe, but one has like a capital G in the middle of it. It's
Yes.
like a very, very subtle change in the logo, but they're two different companies. And the original one is suing the American one now
As they should.
for like
Are they the same boot?
trade. Yeah, I mean they're very similar. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you gotta sue.
it's a whole thing. I don't know.
Australian.
I didn't know that. Yeah, because that's where they're from. Because they originally, little UGG backstory, they were originally beach shoes, like surfing shoes.
No.
Yes. Like you.
Those things were
Yes.
surfing shoes.
Mhm, you wear them
You
on.
don't just surf barefoot.
No, you don't wear them on your board, but like when you get back to land, that's what you would put on. I mean, that's not. I would put on. I don't surf.
Oh God,
but,
no.
But that's what they were made for.
They don't look like they'd belong at a beach.
No, they don't.
But maybe I'm
also
looking
don't think
at the
they're
American
waterproof.
version. I know they're not
Right,
waterproof.
Right.
Because people would wear them out in the snow and
And they get
your feet
ruined.
are wet. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. The
Yeah.
more you know about
The more you know.
Uggs.
Uggs.
So you don't like flare leggings,
It's
but
not
you
that I-
don't like them as a going out outfit.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And I think it's just because I'm up with something else.
Listen,
As I'm wearing like, ripped jeans and
no, but that's like, but like jeans you can dress up. Ripped jeans maybe not
I
as much.
love flare jeans.
Sure, yeah.
like bell
Flare jeans are making a
bottoms.
comeback too. Bell bottom jeans making a big comeback. So are mom jeans. Those are coming back.
They've been back.
Have they? I don't know. I wear the same pair of jeans since I was 18 years old.
Yeah. I love a mom jean
Really?
or a boyfriend jean. There's no,
I've heard of those. What are those?
honestly don't know the difference between the two, but they are
Between
very,
mom and boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or something.
When it comes to jeans, I would hope you know the difference between mom and boyfriend in just everyday
I
practice.
do indeed. Yeah, I do indeed.
Okay, so mom jeans, boyfriend jeans,
Mhm.
basically the same cut.
Yeah.
Then you got
Dad
bell-bottom
shoes.
jeans, dad shoes. What about them?
Like
Like
those
girls wearing dad shoes?
dad shoes. Like DAD shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't
I'm
know if you were
following.
understanding.
I'm agreeing
No,
with what
that's
you're
like
saying.
that's like the New Balances.
Yeah,
or
no, I know
like-
what dad shoes
Oh,
are.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
are you saying like they're coming back or girls are
Yeah,
wearing them?
Yeah.
Yes to which one?
To both. They're coming back and girls are wearing
I
them.
did not know girls are wearing New Balances, but they've never gone
Yeah.
away for guys.
They're,
You
they're-
just
they're
get them
here-
at a certain age.
They're here for the girls.
They're here for the girls. Girls are wearing New Balances.
Girls are wearing New Balances.
You know what I have noticed? This is not a new thing, but I have noticed it a lot more recently. That girls notoriously have tiny feet, comparatively. But there are women's sneakers that make it look as though you are a transformer with big ass robot feet.
Like the moon boots.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
basically.
talking about?
Yeah, it's like there's like a sneaker and then there's like the sole comes out like a webbed foot. There's just so much to it. That's
So-
an exaggeration, but there's so much sole.
So I used to wear. Do you remember the Fila's? Like the big white Fila's, the
Yes.
geriatric.
If you
grandma
saw me a
shoe?
picture if you showed me a picture, I would
Oh,
know.
let me see if I can look one up because the Fila's, that was like my shoe. Like that's what I wore, and they were. Now looking back on it, I don't know why I wore those all the time because they're kind of ugly, but they were so like these.
Yeah, okay, those are like literal clod hoppers.
You're not gonna be
You're
able to
not
see
gonna be able
that.
to see
Oh,
that at
man.
all. Don't even try.
Dang it. Yeah, they're like.
There's just like it's like a 2-inch thick sole.
Mhm.
So you're taller,
It
which
made
is
me
nice.
real tall.
But like no, I'm talking like so that's one thing, right? Like a thick sole
Mhm.
compared to just a lot of it.
Yeah.
They're very different things. Like a thick sole boosts your height a little bit.
Mhm.
It still looks a little bit off to me because it looks like a shoe sitting on top of a giant chunk of rubber. But these ones are like, imagine my sneakers and then this out like so much further than it needs to, and it's just spread out, just so much
Like
sole.
clown shoes.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Mm.
I wish I knew what brand any of them were because I'd show you. But they look like they have transformer feet.
Are you talking about like Yeezys?
No, definitely not.
That's what I'm seeing in my head when you're explaining this.
Sure, imagine whatever you want. Just know that they're sneakers with big
They're
soles.
sneakers with big soles.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I have any of those.
Good.
Good.
The other thing, reading it just to make sure I get all the words right. You were 6.
Oh.
You fell onto a red anthill.
I did.
Got thrown into a bathtub, fully clothed.
Thrown into a bathtub fully.
Give me the
clothed.
story.
I honestly don't remember much of it. That you hit the main parts.
Oh, okay.
We lived on this cul-de-sac, and across the street was this
Really
house.
quick, how do you spell cul-de-sac?
Good question.
Oh my God, you lived on one. You don't know how to spell it.
Is it C?
It does start with C. Very good. Yes, you've nailed it on the head.
Cul-de-sac. I know the DESAC part.
Okay.
That's the end. It's the
Very
cold
good.
is the.
The part you're struggling with.
Is it CA?
No.
It's a CO.
No.
CU.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
it is because it's not coal. It's cull.
Oh.
Cul-de-sac. So it's
CUL?
CUL-DE-SAC.
I got the
Dash
DESAC.
sack. Yeah.
The DESAC part was the.
Yeah. I knew the sack part. The sack I've got.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I lived on one.
Cool. Do you know the plural of cul-de-sac?
Gotta stop with the plurals. Cul-de-sacs.
No, it's really annoying. It's actually, you're going to hate it after I tell you because I hate it. It's cul-de-sac.
What?
Yeah, the S is at the beginning of it.
Cul-de-sac?
Cul-de-sac.
No, it's not.
I promise you, it is. Trust me, when I found out, I wanted to punch babies.
Gotta be French or something.
Oh, cul-de-sac is definitely French. De sac?
DESAC. Well, not even because of that, but just because it's stupid.
Damn. The French are just getting it today. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, French make up stupid things, except for their fries. Which aren't they? Didn't those start in Belgium? French fries.
Probably. I don't know.
Anyways, so you fell in an anthill on a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, I was playing on the other side of the street in some lady's yard, and they like when I say massive anthill, I mean like
Like an actual hill.
no, like 2 feet tall. 2 feet.
That's a hill.
Exaggeration. Like this tall.
That is about 2 feet.
Yeah.
That's 2 feet.
Yes. And probably the same width as like this
that's
chair.
2 feet.
My donut socks.
I thought you were just calling your feet your donuts. I'm like, that's a new one.
No, I got donut socks.
Yeah.
A big anthill.
Big anthill.
Yeah, and I don't remember the circumstances, but I fell into it, and I remember
Into it.
You
suck. You sunk into the anthill.
straight in like Coraline.
Yeah, never seen it, but yeah, I will get to it.
Okay, we'll get to that. But yeah, I fell in it, and
Pulling on your cord there with your.
I just remember crying. I don't remember being in pain. I'm sure I was.
Well, yeah, I would imagine so. If red ants.
I remember being thrown into the bathtub fully clothed.
So that's where my question comes from, right? Falling into an anthill.
It was my mom.
You're clumsy.
I think it was my mom. One of my parents. I think it was my mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was my mom, and I don't think she knew what else to do because I'm covered in ants.
Yeah.
And so water.
Hose you down.
Well, I mean, a bathtub works the same way.
So she brought you all the way inside, covered in ants, and threw you in a bathtub.
From what I remember,
ants.
yes. Mother.
And then what?
And I got them off. I didn't die.
Well, I know you didn't die, but I mean, like, you get thrown into a bathtub full of water, or like?
Yeah, no. There was water in the tub. That was the point of the tub.
So hold on. Let me get this straight, right?
Yeah.
So your mother sees little baby Annie, little 6-year-old Annie running around, falls into an anthill, starts screaming and crying, getting bit up by ants.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All over you.
Yeah.
She, assuming, rushes you inside.
Yeah.
And then makes you stand in the bathroom while she fills up the bathtub to then throw you fully clothed into the bathtub.
I don't know.
All this time she's filling up a bathtub, which is not a slow or is not a quick process.
No.
She didn't take your clothes off of you.
I suppose not. I remember being thrown into that tub fully clothed.
I just want to know her motives behind that. Like,
Brooke.
where was she at?
Brooke?
Let's get her on.
She'll have to let us know. Should I call
Or
her?
just shoot her a text.
Yeah.
And we'll find out.
I'm going to, because I've never actually asked her about
be
that
like, hey,
story.
can you tell
It's
me the
just
anthill
something I
story?
remember.
What if she's like, what are you
No, she's
talking
like,
about?
I don't remember doing
If
that.
she told you that you're crazy and that's never happened, I will lose my mind.
I would too, because I
Vividly remember it. Yeah,
remember this happening.
But it was really just a dream. That'd be crazy.
That would be insane. Hold on. I'm asking her now.
Oh, good. I hope we get a response while we're still recording here.
I know.
Okay.
Response.
Well,
Time is
then
at
we'll
7
hold
o'clock.
off on the rest of that story until we get an answer.
Right.
As far as I think that's actually everything that we've covered about you.
Okay.
But those are very, very unique things about you. So I do want to let the audience know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
So we're gonna do like your most basic questions.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite food?
Spaghetti.
Okay, gross. like spaghetti, like red sauce, just
Red
basic
sauce,
spaghetti.
Meatballs.
Love meatballs.
Mhm.
Big meatball guy.
Yeah.
So good.
Love spaghetti meatballs.
Yeah. I don't, but yeah.
I know that
Yeah.
now.
Sorry.
That is what we cook, or at least that's what I cook very often.
Yeah.
It's easy. And it's good.
Yep.
And it saves, well, and reheat it easy.
Yes, you can pasta. It reheats very easily.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? I won't go like favorite musician because that's always hard to answer. Do you have a favorite genre of music?
Literally everything.
Literally everything.
Yeah, like I listen to anything and everything.
Anything and everything.
No, like if I pulled up my Apple Music, like top genres, it
Yeah.
would be like country, pop, 80s rock. I'm pretty sure score / soundtrack would be in there too, because I literally opera,
Okay.
anything and everything.
Rap.
Yeah, we were just listening to that this
What
morning.
about screamo?
That is the only one that I've not really dabbled in.
Okay.
Not
That's
for
the one. It's like people say
Yeah.
listen to every kind of music because
not
the,
even for lack
the
of like
top
liking
3 or
it.
4 that you just listed are also in my top
Yeah.
3 or 4.
When I say anything and everything, like the big ones,
the big ones, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not like I only listen to country. You are like, I will listen to pop. I'll listen
I will
to country.
listen
I'll
to country.
Yeah.
I love bluegrass country.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was listening to country on the drive over here.
Like you said, favorite artist. My favorite artist is Tyler Childers. Have you heard of him?
I have.
Love Tyler Childers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good. Favorite color?
Orange.
Why? What kind of orange? Don't answer why yet.
Not traffic cone orange. Like
like not neon orange.
no, like
Like a
like a corally
sunset orange.
Yeah.
Coral.
yeah,
Y
like a
orange.
salmony corally orange.
You
but
describe
like-
two things that I picture as pink. Coral
Yeah,
and
some would
salmon.
say that.
some would.
I'm gonna go so far
Yeah.
as to say that.
But you're on the orange side of the
The
spectrum.
orangers, like this kind of orange.
That is peach.
Yes. That is also,
Also,
in
you're
the
holding
spectrum.
just for the record, right? You're holding a purple
I know.
container.
I'm talking
So
about
the
this.
amount of orange that you're trying to show to this camera right now is wild.
Because the rest of the can
considering
is
how much purple.
yellow, so I don't
Oh,
have much to show you.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's
really,
literally all you can see of
just
the
get
orange.
that up to the camera here. It looks more pink the closer you get it.
Yeah.
It is very peachy.
Peach.
Yeah, which makes sense. It's peach lemonade.
Yeah,
Does
look.
that say?
Yeah, it's peach lemonade, like orange.
That's pink.
That is not pink.
That is pink.
That is just not pink.
That is pink.
Oh,
And
man.
nobody can see it.
Even lighting.
It's just white. The darker color is orange.
Yeah, they're both.
No, that's pink and orange and blue.
So I am an Auburn fan,
Okay, I don't know what that means.
and that is a football team. Well,
Thank you.
I say football team. It is a school.
Yes.
Here,
That has a
Auburn
football team.
Football team. They suck, but their colors are blue and orange, and so I grew up with that,
Okay.
and I love those colors.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that came from.
Cool.
I also
cool.
love blue. Blue's a good one too.
Yeah, blue's a solid color.
Blue is a solid color.
Yeah, I own a lot of blue.
I wear most things that are blue or green.
Yeah.
I'm a
same.
little blonde girl.
I wish I wore. I was talking about this yesterday. I want to wear more green, but unfortunately, blue is my color, and that's
Just how it works.
everyone has their color, and green
has
is
their
not
color. Yeah,
mine.
'cause if I tried to
my
wear-
favorite color is green, and that's what
If I tried to wear that orange, I would look ridiculous.
I think most people look ridiculous wearing orange.
Yeah.
You can't. Nobody can get away
Very
with
few
orange.
people can pull that off.
Yeah. It's also, typically orange clothes are more on the neon side, and it's as like a Halloween
Yes.
costume.
It's
as a traffic
unfortunate.
cone.
Mhm.
Favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving,
Why?
the food. And I love the
Enough
parade.
said. Say less.
I love the parade. I love the food. I love football. All the things.
That is also arguably my favorite holiday.
What's your favorite dish? Like
For
Thanksgiving dish.
turkey.
Really?
Yeah. Were you there for my
Yes.
Thanksgiving?
Mhm.
That's why. That turkey is
Gotcha.
yeah.
Turkey's up there.
I mean, it's the main the main
thing.
dish.
You don't have
yeah.
Thanksgiving without the turkey.
Exactly. Thanksgiving
People
is
with
Thanksgiving without turkey
you know the
is just
people who
another
have like
meal.
ham at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's sacrilegious. You can't be doing that. Ham is a
have ham.
Christmas meat.
Christmas ham.
Christmas ham, yeah. It's a Christmas meat, and that's where it lives. Easter as well.
Easter is up there for me.
Yeah.
Spring is my favorite.
No, I just mean it's an Easter dish.
Well, Easter
Yeah,
is one of
ham.
my favorite holidays, but because I love spring. Like spring is my favorite
Yeah.
season, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just I love flowers and
Mhm.
warmth.
It's funny because I'm from
The
New York.
North.
Yeah.
I wouldn't survive there.
So like Easter for me was never warm. Like I shouldn't say never. It was rarely warm.
It was hit or miss in Atlanta.
Really.
There was some where you would get like 40 degrees and probably snowing, and then there would be others where it'd be 80 degrees and
Yeah.
full sun and hot.
Yeah, mine was like you might get 50 or more than likely than not you're going to get 20.
We didn't have 20 degrees.
Oh god,
Easter's
yeah. I mean, it's my birthday's in early May. It has snowed on my birthday before in Buffalo.
Crazy.
Yeah.
My birthday's February 25th. I can tell you the last time it snowed on my birthday.
That's wild. I can guarantee you that every year on your birthday it's snowing in Buffalo.
That's crazy.
Every single year.
We are lucky though if we get snow once a year. Like,
In Atlanta?
yeah.
Obviously you don't mean down here. That would be wild.
No.
Down here. Yeah, I mean you're pretty far south if you're
Even up in the mountains though, because I went to school in North Georgia, like in 2 hours north of Atlanta,
Yeah.
and like still, there was some years we got snow, some years we didn't.
I can't remember a year I didn't.
Now when it does snow, it shuts down the whole city.
Well, yeah, because you just don't have
It
the.
was like that one year we got 2 inches, 2 whole inches of snow.
Some would call that a lot.
And people were trapped on 85 for days.
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 2 inches.
It was. We call it Snowmageddon. It was a whole. You're from Atlanta. Yeah. It was a whole thing. There's an
It's funny that you call that.
We call it
Snowmageddon
Snowmageddon. It was an SNL skit. They did that's how big it was.
because there was a. It's called. I think it's called the same thing.
You've seen that skit?
There was a Snowmageddon in Buffalo. No,
Which was probably a real one.
either Snowvember or Snowmageddon, or both. We might have had multiple. We've had
Probably.
multiple crazy snowstorms
Yeah, we have not.
where you see a picture. Do you know what lake effect snow is?
Yes, I've heard of it.
Okay. So there, because of the way the lake and the city of Buffalo, the wind work, more often than not, the downtown Buffalo does not get a lot of snow. However, because there's a bunch of cameras like the news on top of high buildings that are pointed at the lake, a lot of pictures of just a wall of cloud and snow that is just bombarding the south towns of Buffalo, New York with snow. And it is like the pictures ever. And it's happened multiple times now where
I could look up our Snowmageddon, but it would not be that cool.
yeah,
It was like literally a dusting.
wow.
Like not
But
good.
that's the South, you know.
And
that's,
people were trapped on 85 for like 4 or 5 days.
that is wild. Just drive, like actually just drive because your car can handle 2 inches of snow. That's nothing.
Now, I will say, with with the dusting of snow, we did have a lot of ice, and that was the problem because they did
and that's
not.
typically what'll happen.
They did not salt roads because we don't.
'Cause you don't- why
We
would
salt
you?
roads after the fact in Atlanta.
Well, yeah,
The issue,
yeah. Meanwhile, up north, our roads are actually just made of salt.
right?
That's all we've got is salt.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a funny skit though. The SNL.
I'll have to
skit.
look it up.
It's I love it. That's one of my family favorites.
Yeah.
What it all.
Cool. Well, we'll jump to the next
Talking
thing.
about what?
What?
What are we talking
I
about?
don't
That
remember.
started us on? Favorite holiday.
Favorite holiday.
There we go.
I was gonna follow up with when is your birthday, which I
January
couldn't
25th.
remember. So
'Cause it was last week and you
Yeah,
were there.
I was there. Only other thing I have written down. My God, I just realized the Shamrock Shake is back at McDonald's. I have that written down, and I haven't had one yet. I need to go to McDonald's
What?
right now. You've never had a Shamrock Shake?
No,
Pause what I was going to write about or talk about. What do you mean you've never had a Shamrock Shake?
I never had one.
And have you had the desire to try one?
Really?
Do you like Thin Mints? Do you like
Is
mint?
it mint?
It's
Oh,
not.
That's
it's
why
not
I've never
super
had it.
minty, but it's like subtle, because it's ice cream.
Mm.
It's like subtle mint.
Let's try it. I don't usually love mint things.
It's really good.
Let me 180 this. Have
Yeah.
you ever had the peach milkshake from Chick-fil-A?
I don't like peach. So no. I have heard that the peach milkshake from Chick-fil-A is like God's gift to this earth, though.
It is
Yeah.
like a national holiday in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Or state
No, I've
holiday?
never had it. I'm not a big, let's get back to I'm not a big this guy. I'm not a big milkshake guy because of dairy.
Yes.
But a Shamrock Shake is so good.
I'll have to try one.
It's the Shamrock Shake,
Yeah.
all whipped cream, cherry. And I love
Right.
maraschino cherries.
Me too.
They
I
are
could
quite
eat
possibly
a
the
whole,
greatest
like,
fruit.
whole can of them.
Oh yeah, jar. Are they coming? You sure you still want to host? Because I will correct you on the way you speak every single week.
You know what?
I cannot
And I'm
physically
okay
help
with it.
myself. I apologize in advance to
'Cause-
both you and everybody that gets annoyed by watching this or
That's
listening to
okay.
this. But no, maraschino cherries. One time, not one time, a lot of times. I used to work at a restauant.
Yes, I knew this.
I was a dishwasher.
Yes.
You knew this?
We talked about this last time.
At this restaurant, stop me if I've told this story before. At this restaurant, we had free access to the soda fountain.
I don't think.
Okay. And so what we would do as the dishwashers, instead of like grabbing like a glass and going and filling it up with pop, you would just grab a pitcher because that way it lasts you your entire shift.
Yeah.
Well, I guzzle
Did you say pop?
Yeah, I'm from the north. I'm from Buffalo, not just the north. I guzzle pop like it's going out of style. Love it.
Yeah.
Now, if you bring out a cherry flavor of that pop, love it even more.
Cherry Coke.
Cherry Pepsi, even better. Well, they're both really good. Cheerwine. You've had that? You don't like Cheerwine? That's like the most cherry thing there is. Love it.
It's cherry Coke or nothing.
Cherry Coke.
Actually,
is delicious.
it's Dr. Pepper or nothing because
Dr.
that is
Pepper
the original cherry.
It is
soda.
Yeah.
That is the best.
Pib is right up there with Dr. Pepper.
Pib is all right.
Because Pib's more cherry than Dr. Pepper is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is. Facts. Dr. Pepper's got too many other flavors. They're 11 herbs and spices or something.
Dr. Pepper is, talk about God's gift to earth.
It really is. But anyways, so what I would do is I would walk over to the soda fountain with my pitcher. And in Buffalo, we don't have a lot of Coke. We've got Pepsi. It's very rare to find Coke products unless you're at the grocery store buying Coca-Cola.
Same.
Yeah, I know. But so you go up to the soda fountain, throw it under, fill it up with Pepsi. You know how soda fountains work.
Yeah.
And there's also like the bar right there. And so you've got access to all those little like fruits, limes, lemons, cherries. And so I would like take the tongs or the scoop a couple cherries into the pitcher and fill it up with cherries. So it was my own cherry Pepsi. And I was like, this is great. Well, then because I drink pop so quickly and so much throughout my 6-hour shift, I would go back to that soda fountain probably half a dozen times easily. And each stop or each time I went, I would fill it up with more maraschino cherries because I wouldn't drink it and then finish them all.
Hundreds of
I
cherries.
would drink it, keep them in there, put more in, fill it up with pop. And so by the time I had that 6th or 7th pitcher of Pepsi, it was super cherry, which was great. And I had about
many cherries
that many
at the end of
cherries.
the cup.
And I would just right down the hatch. It was so good.
I don't blame you.
Because at that point, they're soaking in Pepsi.
Marinating.
So now they're like a little carbonated.
Like soda, cherry.
And oh my God.
Yeah, that would be good.
They were so good. Maraschino cherry juice, I'll just
not a bad idea.
drink that crap right up.
Right. Soda cherries.
Yeah, soda cherries. They sell those, make them.
Like marinated
in carbonation.
Huh. That would be good.
How could you carbonate cherries without having to soak them in something?
How
do you carbonate anything?
Pump
carbon into
a bunch
it.
of air into it. Like a soda stream. Put them in water. Soda stream. And they're carbonated.
Could do that. Yeah, you could. Somebody buy a soda stream and we'll test it.
Right. There we go. All right. Caitlin, hear that? Good.
Yeah. But anyway, so the thing I wanted to talk about, I thought about, I saw something when I was driving into your apartment complex. There was this couple that was fighting outside, like right at the entrance. They were like standing like the distance from me to Caitlin apart, just like yelling at each other.
Okay.
And I was blasting country music, so I couldn't hear them.
Okay.
But I knew that they were yelling at each other. And it wasn't like they weren't standing this far apart saying, I love you so much. It was, eat my fucking ass, you bitch. Like, that's what they were saying. So it made me think of, like, how much I love watching people fight in public. Like, when people get into screaming matches or physical altercations, it makes me so happy inside.
You love conflict.
Yeah, to an extent. I don't love personal conflict.
You want to watch other people in
I
conflict.
want to watch other people's worlds burn. But
that's insane.
On the opposite side of that coin, what makes me super uncomfortable, and I think that you'll probably agree with this, as I think most people would agree with this, PDA. The exact opposite of people fighting. people being even the least bit affectionate in public makes me want to punch them in the face. Makes me want to start conflict.
So my friends know this. I don't hug people. That's how little I like PDA.
I
like
support
if you
that.
get a hug from me, somebody's dying.
Yeah, I support that.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Not good.
PDA makes me uncomfortable. I'm not a big hand holder in public. Can't be for me. And like a kiss, God, I think I might die of
grossness.
Yeah. It's just like, because I assume, right, and you probably, based off of the fact that you won't hug people, you have that same anxiety of people always watching you. And so you assume they're noticing everything, and it's probably because
nobody really cares, but
you notice everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about it. So somebody out there is thinking about it.
There must be others.
Gotta be someone.
Because somebody else, me, is watching that person be intimate in public.
That's why I read about it in public.
That's even creepier for me. But we've already covered that. But no, when I see people if I see people holding hands, I'm not like skeeved out by it. But if I see people like kissing in public, I'm like, can you please not? Can you actually get out of my life forever?
Get a room.
Yeah.
Get a room.
and stay there forever.
Away, somewhere far away.
I don't want to see it. But if you want to break up in public, front row seats, me with a bowl of popcorn. I will, and I'll jump in, right? Like I'll support one side or the other.
So here's the thing.
The thing is,
I love The Real Housewives.
I don't. I've never watched it.
Okay, so I think you would really like them because you enjoy watching other people's conflict.
I hate reality TV.
But that's what you just did in real life.
No, because reality TV is fake. What I watched was a real couple probably breaking up outside your apartment.
So just the knowing that it's actually happening to them.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
It's the witnessing the realism of the world right there in front of my eyes.
Okay.
While like, because, and this is going to get like oddly deep for a second, but like, you ever have moments where you like realize that you exist?
Your existence?
Yeah.
You ever like look at somebody and you're like, that person has like a whole life.
Yeah. That I don't know about and that I can't experience. I had this recently. Like this moment happened to me recently. I really need to sneeze and it's gonna come out in a second, but it's not coming out yet, so I might start talking a little stuffed up.
God bless you.
Thank you. But anyway, so you have like those moments of realization of your existence, or moments of other people's existence, realization of their existence, and it's like in that moment, you're like, God, they're experiencing a whole life that I'm never gonna know, that I'm never gonna be a part of, that I'm never gonna get to experience, and that couple, for all they know, or for all they know, they weren't being watched, right? Nobody saw them having a fight right there in public.
Yeah.
And most people probably did not pay attention to them.
You did.
But here I am.
Here's Joe Sharkey.
And I will think about what they were fighting about and what happened to them.
For the rest of your life.
No, probably for the next couple of hours. But after this, I'll most likely forget about it. Until I rewatch this episode or I'm uploading this episode, and I'll be like, oh my God, that couple.
There are genuinely things that happen to me though, like embarrassing things that I like will wake up in the middle of the night and like my heart will start racing because I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened.
Now hold on to that because I have written down for next week to ask you what your most embarrassing like story is.
Okay, I will wait.
Ever. So I want you to like dig
that
deep.
One. I got a couple.
I've already told mine on the podcast, so unfortunately you don't get to hear mine, but but you can tell yours for sure. God. There's no way I'll bring mine back up. But yeah, so like I don't know, I'm just gonna like think about them and be like, they don't know that I saw them, and their world could be crashing and burning around them, and that's all they can think about.
Yeah.
And here I am recording a podcast on a random Monday evening.
Yeah.
And they're just like
going on with your life,
ready to give up on everything. Crazy to me. And I just got to catch a glimpse of that, and it makes me. And here's the bad part: is it made me so happy. I also get that same sense of joy, and I think this like definitely means that there's a problem with me. When like I see little kids like fall and get hurt.
That's funny though.
It's the best thing in the world. When I see a kid running or doing something that they shouldn't be doing because they're a little child and they're going to get hurt, and then they do get hurt,
going under ropes and they get clotheslined by the rope.
That's what you get. That's how the world works. I hope you learn your lessons sooner rather than later. You little twerp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's funny. Little kids.
And I want 4 kids.
Falling.
But like, I also want my 4 kids.
That is an oddly specific number.
To be doing something and that they shouldn't be doing, and then they get hurt, and I'm like, man, serves you right.
Shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to learn the lesson some way.
Oh, absolutely. And if it means getting hurt in the process, hey, got to do a baby's got to do what a baby's got to do, as Tommy Pickles used to say.
Yeah.
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 Did you watch Rugrats?
Nope.
Okay.
I disagreed.
The ground. Do you have anything else you'd like to? Got anything spicy that happened to you this week? Anything fun and exciting?
Know. I worked a lot of hours this week.
You did. You were working like crazy. You know what we did do recently that we should bring up? Our trip to Universal that we went on?
Yes. And you got waterboarded.
I literally almost drowned.
Did you? You told her about this.
Oh, yeah. So we went to Universal. And
this is a good one.
The Universal Orlando Resort. Is that the one and only Meg B about to walk into this household?
I hope not.
Or is it something being delivered? Because it sounded.
It might be our
loud.
Table. Oh my God, table.
Speaking of which, brand new apartment, brand new chairs. What do you guys think of the setup? I know most of you haven't watched this far.
Chairs.
But new setup. Thoughts? Pictures on the wall, big window behind us that is closed.
Big window.
You know what I'm realizing right
A
now?
little bit darker in here.
We are slightly off center. You can see
Tell
more of
me
my wall.
that.
You can see more of my wall than your wall.
Joe, I could have lived in
I know.
blissful ignorance
Yeah, well,
for the
not
rest
anymore.
of forever.
But anyways, so we went to Universal, and at Universal Orlando Resort, they have the Jurassic Park ride,
River Journey.
River Journey.
Yes.
So you get on this big boat, and you go through Jurassic Park.
Mhm.
And at the end, as most water rides have,
You drop.
there's a big drop,
Mhm.
big splash.
It's like 80 feet too. It's a big one.
I don't know that it's that big.
How big is it? Do you know?
Google it.
Anyone? us.
So we go on, and I had said beforehand I don't like water rides because when I'm at a theme park, I'm not dressed to get wet. I'm dressed to go out.
And he was not. He was wearing this, basically.
I was basically wearing this.
Yeah.
Not jeans, thank God, because those never would have dried.
You weren't?
No, I was
What were you
wearing
wearing?
chinos.
Oh, yeah.
So, and a white shirt.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
the rough
A
part.
white shirt. So that's my outfit of choice for the day. Looking pretty nice. My hair
85 feet, see?
85. See, I told you it wasn't 80. Um. so, anyway, so we go on, and I'm like, I don't want to do this, and I'm like, I'm not gonna stand out there like an idiot, not going on the ride, being the only one when I'm there with a whole group of people.
I don't like this ride either.
So why did we go on?
I'm terrified of heights. We've talked about
I'm
this.
also afraid of heights, but
I closed my eyes on the drop.
Doesn't bother me.
The drop bothers me.
The drop on a water ride doesn't bother me because you are on a track the whole time. The drop on a roller coaster, which makes no sense because you're also on a track the whole time. The drop on a roller coaster bothers me because you can see more of the ground.
The exact same thing bothers him just as much.
No, because you're in a boat, you're secured, you're in and you're on water the whole time.
You're right. That makes no sense.
Yeah. So anyway, so we go on this ride.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking back to the only other time I've ever ridden this ride was in high school, my senior year, 2014. We came on a class trip, rode this ride. I did not get soaking wet. Fast forward to a week ago.
2025.
We go on this ride. We are in the front goddamn row.
He's like, row one. And we all look.
Yeah. Just immediately like, oh, we're done for. Because there's 5 of us, correct? Yeah, there were 5 of us.
We are very
So
front
we
heavy right now.
pack ourselves
There's
like
nobody in the rest of the
freaking
boat either.
sardines into row 1. And
There
we're
was
like,
like
all right,
12
here we go.
people in the rest of the boat. It's like a 40-person boat, and there's like
Yeah.
12 people in the back, and then 5 of us
Yeah.
in the very front row.
Yeah. And like idiots, we're just like, oh, here we go. Yeah, have fun. The seat, by the way, we get in the row drenched. We sit down immediately wet.
I
Just
wish-
instantly wet. So
I
we're like,
wish
we're
they
done
did
for.
a video of like the end, so you could see the wall
Me too.
of water.
Me
that came
too.
out.
We get to the drop and we go down, and the water, because of water displacement, science with Joe, splashes outward.
Oh,
And I go, and I think many of us in the boat are about to say, oh, that
We're
wasn't so
safe.
bad because the water sprayed
went
out.
away.
We got a little bit damp. It was like a mist. And then as I'm saying, oh, and I'm opening my mouth, the wave of water just into the boat, and I swear on my life dropped directly onto me because I was instantly drenched, my mouth filled with Jurassic Park water. And
gross theme park water. I'm crying. I can't even begin to explain how much water.
I
That
can't
was.
even. It must have been the entire ride's worth of water. It had to have been. Nobody can convince me otherwise. And then what we did, right? So now here I am actually dripping wet. And I'm not the only one. I'm dramatizing just myself because I'm the one on the podcast.
We were all very wet.
Caitlin was right next to me, also drenched. Annabelle actually was quite dry. So don't let her tell you otherwise.
I had a hat.
She was in the middle of the row and crouched into the fetal position with a hat covering her face.
They yelled at me to take my hat off too, and I was like,
stayed nearly perfectly dry.
"Yep."
But my entire right side was soaking wet. The outside of my left side was okay.
Yeah.
But just
Everything
everything was wet.
It was a
Hair
different
ruined,
color.
everything wet.
We had hair-
Wearing a white shirt
We
again.
had
I
hair
might add.
brushes.
We did. You did have hairbrushes. I did not use them. I used just my hands. And I just, zhuzhed it enough. But anyways, so So then what we do is we go find a sunny spot to stand in because it wasn't super warm that day.
No,
So I was cold.
it was like what, low 70s.
Yeah,
which
and I was
is
worried
not
that I was
cold,
going to be.
But like,
I was worried that I was going to be cold before I got there because I didn't bring a jacket.
Yeah.
And then we did that, and I was like, I'm an
It's
idiot.
all over
I'm
now.
an absolute idiot. It did end up getting better throughout the day. The breeze went away, which is nice. But we then go to the sunny spot. We like put the bags down to let everything kind of dry out. I'm just like, oh God, you can't hear me. I'm just like basking in the sunlight to try and dry off a little bit. And we're watching all of these other boats to try and explain to ourselves
What happened to us.
happened. How did we just nearly get murdered by water on this ride?
like waterboarded was like a very real thing.
And every other boat that came down,
Nothing.
no water. It
was
all
the smallest
displaced
little
like it's
splash.
supposed to. Like I remember in 2014.
There was one.
There was one right before you
Finally.
right before you guys all
left,
walked away, to go do the cave or whatever.
Yeah.
There was one where the guy in the front row, that was sitting in my seat, got absolutely drenched.
It was the wall that we experienced.
Yeah.
It was just a.
It was like. Again, the same thing. You see that water spray out, and then they like hit
Almost
the
like the kind of
the
water
water
that you
like
see in
drops
movies.
again, and it just covers the front row.
Yeah.
And it was insane. I was getting like the more boats we saw not getting that wet, I was getting more and more angry at all of you for making me do this.
This was not
ride.
my idea.
I blame Paula mostly.
I blame Paula too.
Yeah. Because I think we probably wouldn't have gone on it had Paula not said,
Well, it was
let's
just kind
go
of
do
because
it.
she, I think, like mentioned it, and then we just kind of
We just went. We
were
like,
just in line,
You and
and
I
then
had
we were-
both been having a pretty consistent conversation about how we don't do water rides on a day that we're not dressed to get wet.
Yeah, because
And then we just
there's
got in line.
Lots of water rides at Universal, and I've never done them because
Yeah.
I haven't had my pass when it's been warm enough to go.
Yeah.
But one day we're gonna like dress in water
Clothes,
gear
yeah.
and
Goggles and snorkels next time so we can breathe. It was crazy. I was not
It was.
dry.
It took us
That happened
hours.
at what? We got there at 11?
yeah, something like that. And
The-
it was at least what 3:00.
We didn't leave until
Oh, you were still wet when we left.
Oh yeah. That's what we rode the ride around 11ish, maybe 11:30 at the
what
latest.
time did we leave? Like
We left
6?
after the parade at like 6:30.
Yeah, the parade was at 6.
Yeah.
So it was right after
And
that.
so
and you were still damp.
I was damp until I
I was not wet at this point.
I like got home.
It was probably like 3:00 I dried off. So it took a few hours, but not that long.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was damp until I got home.
Wow.
It was awful.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I will say I am happy that I did dry off eventually.
Yeah.
But oof, it was bad.
Rough.
The only part that
First ride of
wasn't
the
like
day,
super wet. Yeah, the first thing we
First
did.
thing we did when we walked in. For some reason.
My feet did not get as wet as they could have.
Good.
So I am happy about that because
Yeah.
that would have ruined my entire day if I was
Yeah.
walking around with Universal with wet socks.
Yeah.
Over, done. I would have left.
I wouldn't have blamed you.
Yeah. But wet pants I can deal with.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That
so
was
that was our podcast outing. that was torture
Funny.
by drowning.
Mhm.
But
What do
yeah.
you do?
Shall we take it to trivia?
Sure. I smoked Joe in trivia last time.
Okay. I don't know about that.
Now I get to keep track.
Now you do get to keep track.
I should. In fact, let me make a new folder.
So
Last time I just got bragging rights, and I didn't
yeah,
really brag to anybody.
You
You're lucky.
won it, and then the week after, Lauren and I tied.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm taking those 2 points into this round. You can have Lauren's 2 points if you'd like.
So what
2
is the
pity
score?
points. It would be 2 to 2.
2 to 2?
Yeah.
All right. Break
3 points.
even. Yeah.
Okay. So while I get this up, pick a number again, 1 through whatever you want it to be, but within reason, please.
12.
12 is a good number. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. What slave name cannot even pronounce this name?
What slave name does Kunta Kinte's owner force him to adopt in Alex Haley's Roots?
I don't know if it's a
I don't
movie
know
or a book.
any
I've
of
never
those
read it.
words. I couldn't even guess.
No.
What was the slave name?
Toby. Toby's the answer.
Toby.
Never would have gotten there.
Is it a movie?
I don't know at all.
What
It is
was
some
in-
form of entertainment, so I couldn't.
something in pop culture.
Yeah. Here's one, science.
Oh, I like science.
Okay. What gas makes up most of the atmosphere of Mars?
Oh,
Pick a gas. Pick a gas, any gas.
gas
Write it
and
down,
gas.
obviously.
Yeah. Ooh.
Atmosphere of Mars. Now, Mars doesn't have a great atmosphere.
Mm-mm.
They're actually notoriously almost atmosphereless.
Yes, that's why we don't go
Why we
there
don't
to
live there.
breathe.
Yeah. I don't go a lot of places to breathe. I just do that. You know, I'm not confident at all in my answer, but I'm
not
putting
either.
it down.
I'm also not confident.
Would you like to
This
go
is
first?
this is an element.
I also am
Did you know I know the entire periodic table
by heart.
by memory? Yeah.
No shot.
No?
I saw a periodic table recently that was color coded
Color-coded?
by lickability. Made me real happy.
Ah.
It was 4 different colors. It was probably okay. Maybe don't do this. Definitely shouldn't lick, and please God don't lick or
That's
something like
awesome.
that. Yeah, it was great.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, there's a song.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know this song. Is it the same song that they? Do you ever watch
There's-
NCIS?
Hydrogen, then helium, then lithium, beryllium. That one.
Did you ever watch NCIS?
No.
They play that song in NCIS in an
Oh,
episode.
well, that's the song I
Yeah,
know.
I do know the song. So what's your answer?
I'd put hydrogen.
I also put hydrogen.
Right, so if we're both wrong.
It's carbon dioxide. I
Right.
fucking knew it was going to be carbon dioxide.
Ooh, I have a chemistry minor.
I majored in geochemistry for a little bit.
I knew it was going to be something lighter than oxygen because
I also knew
they
that.
float
Yeah.
on Mars.
Yeah.
Like, you do the jump, right?
You do the jump.
Well, people have never been to Mars. Actually, I don't know at all
No, but
what they
things
do.
have.
Yeah, things float there.
God, now it's tricky to find an answer or a question. Okay. What 2 words start and end with UND? There's only 2 words that start and end. What? What 2 words start and end with UND? The one that starts is under, right? But un How am I why did I pick
Mound.
this one? No, it
Round.
has to start and end
Oh,
with UND.
underground,
Oh shit, that's a good one. Okay, now pick another.
undersound, underpound.
Under pound, yeah. Oh. Underground and underfund.
Ah,
Okay, let's
did I
find
get
one.
1 point?
No,
Gotta get
because
both.
you didn't write it down. You just said
Oh
it out
my
loud.
god. Okay.
God,
Obviously.
Let me just refresh and go back to 12. Let's see if we can get one. This is what happens with trivia. We should really pick it at the beginning of the episode
I know.
so we never run into this. Ireland's Christmas monster? No. No. These are all terrible. We
He's
need
just
we need a trivia question from the audience.
I know he's gonna pick one that he knows the answer to.
No, I'm trying to pick one that has like a date. We can just put down a date or a city. Yeah, that's what our go-to
Smart.
Yeah.
Like an easy single answer.
easy single answer. Here we go. At what age did Alfred Hitchcock die?
Okay. What if I don't know who Alfred Hitchcock is?
He made quote unquote scary movies.
Oh.
You know the movie The Birds? Or I
Yeah,
don't know if
yeah,
it's
yeah,
The
yeah,
Bird.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
Alfred
him?
Hitchcock.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
My mom thinks that movie's terrifying. I go, Mom, this is a terrible movie.
Yeah, I don't think that would be scary.
It's not scary.
I mean, if you're
Unless
scared
you're afraid of
birds,
birds, yeah. Alfred Hitchcock.
I feel like he's got to be like super freaking old.
I'm locked in.
That feels like a good answer. All right, I am too.
All right, I said 78.
I said 83.
All right, here we go.
Super freaking old.
80. I think I win.
Yeah, you are one closer.
One closer.
Dang it.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, from now on, we'll start picking the trivia question before we start recording, so we don't seem like a bunch of morons at this point in the episode.
I mean,
Annabelle.
Joe.
Where can the people find you? And what is your eat of the week?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Annabelle.Kessinger. And my eat of the week, we ate at Sanaa, and we got the bread service finally.
The Sanaa bread.
I have been waiting for this podcast so that I could tell you that I got the bread service at Sanaa.
Oh my God.
That is my eat of the week.
So good. Did you have a favorite?
Whatever the spicy one was. There was one that was really spicy.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh,
I asked you hoping you would know what they are. Nope. I don't.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was good. And then we also got, what did we get? We got something chicken. Butter chicken.
Butter chicken?
Yeah. Little white girls love butter chicken.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that was a quote in a book we just read, and we read it.
That's a quote in a book?
It was a book that I was reading, and literally the day we ordered the butter chicken, there was a line in the book that said, white girls love butter chicken.
It was on your mind. Recency bias.
Yes.
So. Like butter chicken.
It was very good, though. 10 out of 10.
It sounds, I mean, I don't know if I had the butter chicken, but I have had the
bread service. Yeah.
You can follow me on my photography Instagram, Sharky_photography, and my regular Instagram at Secret Agent Sharky. My eat of the week. It's tough. Had a lot of good things. Gotta go undoubtedly with the gumbo I made last night.
Gumbo?
I made gumbo.
Oh
chicken and sausage.
You didn't bring any?
I did not.
That is one of my favorite foods.
Oh my! I'll make some more. I mean, I still have some, but I'm going to eat it all.
I had gumbo for lunch today.
I had gumbo for lunch today. I made it for dinner last night, and then I had it for lunch today.
I love gumbo.
So
it was good.
The gumbo that I made this time, I've made it. This is my probably 5th time making it.
Mm-hmm.
This is by far the best I've ever made.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm getting better at the roux.
Yeah,
that's
roux is important.
Yeah, it's
that
real
is
hard.
An important one.
I'm getting better at that, and this one was just real. I love a good
spice. Use andouille sausage. Good. That is the correct answer.
Yeah, I got Cajun seasoned.
Good.
On top of all of the Cajun seasoning that I use anyways.
Now, do you put it on top of something? Rice. Correct answer.
I did forget the green onions to top it off, but...
Okay. Be forgiven.
I actually forget them quite often.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah. I do not put okra in it. Mostly because...
Gotta notch it down. I've
read multiple different sites, and some people... It's honestly like split 50-50. People are like, okra makes it gumbo.
So my dad grew up in New Orleans.
Yeah,
makes gumbo frequently.
So okra is
he would call it a sin not to put okra in it.
Yeah, I would imagine so. And that's what I was reading, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people that are like, if you want a true gumbo, you put okra in it.
Okra, whole tomatoes.
Yeah,
like chunks of tomato.
That too. And then I was reading some that they're like, yes, okra is like, a key ingredient, but if you're weird about texture, don't put the okra in it.
Yeah,
and
that's
I was
valid.
like, and I'm not putting the okra.
That's valid.
I don't know what the texture is, but I don't want to find out.
Have you never had okra?
No.
Okay.
But I'm willing to bet if they're talking about
texture,
I
grow up in the
probably
South.
don't like it. Oh God, no! I didn't even know what okra was.
Fried okra?
Until I started making gumbo.
Fried okra? I haven't had that in years, but that is good stuff.
Maybe I'll try it one of these times.
Yeah, we should.
But anyways, as for the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at CSGPod. That is CSGPOD. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast and on Instagram at The Shuffle_podcast to watch our clips and our reels. And then subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you next week when Annabelle does the intro to become an official co-host of the podcast. Annabelle, thank you again so much for taking over Lauren's spot.
Thanks for having me.
We are happy to have you. We will talk to you guys next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.